Hello again, friends. Welcome to another edition of Beavertown Outdoors. I'm John. I'm in the barn at the beautiful Beavertown compound and gonna do some chainsaw maintenance. Gonna do some sharpening. A few weeks back, you probably saw the video, hopefully you did, of me cutting up logs from Mount St. Red Oak. And then I spent a couple weekends after that splitting and stacking. I know I haven't made a video in a while. I posted a short a little while ago talking about that. Hey, I had some things to attend to. My family and I went on vacation, a much needed vacation for all of us. So I apologize for not putting any content out lately. Hoping to rectify that here with this video. So for today, I'm going to show you, like I said, I'm going to do some sharpening on the steel and the Dolmar saws. Going to use the EzzDoo. And then over here, I've got something new to try. So for my depth gauges, I got a hold of these. And they're probably showing up backwards on the video. Sorry about that. But what these are, I've always used the depth gauge tool of this type, the crossbar. I don't know if that's the correct term for that or not. The Oregon, your standard Oregon depth gauge tool. And every bit of research I have done says basically this isn't very good, other than maybe to set the depth on a brand new chain, to adjust the breakers on that, adjust the depth gauges. What everybody, including, it's even in, I think, the Carlton Chainsaw Chain Bible, Power Saw Chain Bible, is to use a progressive gauge. And these aren't expensive. They're actually a Husqvarna part. And but this sets each tooth, I don't know if you can see this here, sets each depth gauge to the tooth. It doesn't set it somewhere between where it needs to be for two teeth. It's each tooth's depth gauge, it sets it. So, and it's got two different settings. Let's see if I can get it here. So you've got the soft side for softwood, which I want to say that goes to 0.4. Oh, somebody in the comments probably can say that. I know for the hardwood side, which is this one, where it says hard, I know this one goes to 30 thousandths, where your standard gauge sets everything at 0.025. Well, I believe the hard setting on this is 0.03, and the softwood is 0.04. So what that's going to do is it's going to lower the depth gauges that much further down. The soft setting, going that low on your depth gauges, it's probably going to lead to the chain grabbing, being too grabby, taking too big a bite, make your saw bog down. So you want to find that sweet spot. I've learned a lot about chains from that Carlton Chainsaw Man guide. And I encourage you can look it up. It's out there in PDF format. Look that up and read it. I thought I understood how a chainsaw chain worked, and I learned a few things from that. So, and I guess, if you ever say you stop, the day you say you're not learning anymore, well, that's the day you should stop doing whatever you're doing. So anyway, so we got the steel set up over here in the vise. I'm going to tighten this up here. I'm going to tighten the chain up, and this chain ain't too bad. But it's dull. It doesn't grab your fingers. So what we're going to do is we're going to be sharpening with the EzzDoo, and we're going to do some sharpening with this one, and then I'm going to go back and set the depth gauges. So we're going to film that, and everybody can follow along. Okay, so I'm going to do first. I'm going to get the got a scrunch out here. I keep my chains loosened up after I'm done cutting. Another thing, I think I've mentioned it before, but if no one's ever told you to do that, that's really a good practice to get into. keeps your chain from staying stretched out. You know, if it's under tension and it's hot, you know, as you're cutting, you know, it gets hot and the chain expands like every other metal one gets hot. But when you do that and you tighten it up because, hey, okay, it's loosened up, great, that's fine to do. But you've got to loosen it back up after you're done, or else you're holding, once this chain shrinks, it's going to contract, and then you're going to you're going to keep all the tension on the chain, stretching it out. The other thing I learned was that you're also keeping tension on the crankshaft of your saw. So you're putting that much more strain on the engine. Engines aren't cheap, so we don't want to overstress that. Another thing that someone mentioned a while back, and I've showed this before, was how to actually set the tension using a coin. So what I have been taught is you find the center of the bar, like right around there, pick it up and take a nickel, because that's apparently the right thickness, and you want it to just be able to hold it in there, just tight enough to hold that in there fairly solid. You're not going to reef it down on it, just enough. You know, you don't want to put so much tension on it that you can actually push the drive link through the coin itself. That would be counterproductive. Like I said, just enough. And then when you tighten this, after you set, I like to keep tension up on the back of the saw. I know some people said it ain't that big a deal. You know, but I figure I do that because when you start cutting, when you put pressure on, it'll want to flex up if you just leave it flat. So I put a little bit of tension on it. I've also heard before people say that, well, that's actually not a bad thing. You know, if you're doing a down cut, it's just going to push down. So whichever works for you. This works for me. It's what I do. And I try not to, I'm not here to tell anybody that what I'm doing is the right way, is the end all be all. It's just what I do. So I'm going to try to zoom you guys in here a little bit. And if you can see that gold link, or I guess it's gold colored. That's, you know, that is a nice thing. A lot of saw chains now, Steel, Husqvarna, I think are both doing it. Oregon still doesn't, but this makes it so you know where your starting point is. I like that. If you don't, you know, if your chain doesn't have that, then you can use a Sharpie or, you know, or a paint pen. I got some Pro Sharpies laying around here somewhere on this messy bench. You can use one of those. Somehow mark it too, so you know where you start. Okay, so we got that marked. We got it set. So we're ready to get started. So let's turn the old EzzDoo on and give old Glory a go. if you can see that, what I've been doing, but I'm not taking a tremendous amount off. And I'm actually going to adjust this bit just a tiny bit. Yeah, kind of funny. Need a little bit more, I want to get a little bit more of this bit sticking out because I'm only using a part of it having the guard on, and I really, you know, I don't want to waste the bit. So we're gonna loosen it up, have it stick out just a tiny bit more. But so I'll try to zoom in so you guys can maybe get a better look at what I'm doing. But I'm not taking a huge amount off on each one. Let's get you in here. The only thing I'm noticing is that the guard might not be getting quite as low as I'd like. But we'll keep going, see where we get. They're definitely grabby now. I'm hoping you got a good shot of what I was doing here. So you see, we got back to, whoops, focus. See, we got the tooth back to where it's shiny chrome again. That's all we're doing. We're not wanting to wallow the teeth down to nubs for no reason. But yeah, that's it. I probably could go a little deeper. You know, I know I don't know if I'm sold on using the guard or not, but meh, we'll see. I mean, it seems to be coming out pretty sharp, so can't complain too much. Definitely grabs onto you. So hopefully that translates into we're gonna cut wood good. So, all right, so now we're gonna work on checking out how this depth gauge tool works. So I am pretty much cutting hard everything. I really don't think I want to set a chain purely for softwoods. So I'm going to use the hardwood setting. Now, what I've learned of this is that, and don't get me wrong, I'm still learning on this tool here, but basically what I've got to do is set this tool on a link so it's resting on the tooth and then just and onto the link. So I'm pretty low there. I might be all right there. Okay, so I finally got this figured out, I think. And what you gotta do is take this, I thought this had to go, the depth gauge had to go in this notch. But I couldn't get the angle right. I don't know why I was thinking that way. That's why this is a wide notch. It's supposed to just be locked in here, and if it's sticking up, it'll hit it. But that way it can go from side to side. So you kind of lock this down. I don't know if you're seeing this too well, but basically you get it so it's laying down on the tooth and then down onto the the link. And just run the file across. And these are already, I think I got these set probably a little aggressive already as it sits. That one needed taken down. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, now I get this. So it does go in that notch. Kinda. There we go. That one was way high. Okay. Now I think we're getting it. All right. And I'm probably, who knows, I'm probably doing this wrong somehow. Wouldn't be the first time. But I guess like with anything else, it's a skill. I gotta, new skill, gotta learn it. It's fine. Take that one down a little bit. It's taking some down. Well, hopefully I'm doing it right. I guess we'll find out tomorrow when I actually try to cut with this chain. I think that one's a little rough. Okay. I think we're doing good. Some of these are lower, obviously, than others. Some of the teeth are now needing more than the others. Get my fat fingers out of their way. But I'm hoping that if I get these all set correct, I mean, at least if they're all the same to the, as far as their, how much I've taken off in relation to the tooth, should keep the saw cutting straight. I'm not sure if I get these. Yes, it's right there. Didn't need none. Doesn't look like that one needs any. Now this is all in a mission to get this, to keep my chain cutting the way it's supposed to. You know, I've done things one way for a long time, and it's worked for me. But if there's a better way to do something out there, well, by God, I'm all about that. Because anything that makes these saws cut better is going to make my work out in the wood yard that much more efficient. All right, I'm gonna check this one again, because now that I think I understand how this is supposed to work, yeah, looks good. I think, oh yeah, I think we're good. All right, so now we got a nice sharp chain. Everything's back to chrome. Breakers are down where I think I believe they're supposed to be. So it don't get much better than that. Like I said, next video, we'll see how well it actually cuts. So, all right, I'm gonna switch this out to, we're gonna zoom out here. All right, so we got her nice and sharp. Got the rakers reset now with the progressive gauge. I'm hoping that makes this cut that much more efficiently. You hear it gripping, so she's sharp. I'm feeling him being dull. So, all right. So we're gonna switch this out to the Dolmar and do this all over again. All right, so I'm back, and I got the Dolmar set up in here and set up in the vise. So we're gonna take and get the chain tightened up. Now this one, I'm gonna say we're not gonna do a whole lot of grinding on this chain, because this is, I believe, was the last of my new chains. Could be wrong, but I think it was. We're gonna get that nickel out again, and I'll probably, I think I'll zoom in for you guys to see a little better. So anyway, got about the center of the bar here. Put that nickel in there. Okay. So I got this nickel in there. And yep, you can see it. Okay, so it'll hold it. So what I want to do is lift up on the saw a little bit. And just snug to that. Hold pressure up, tighten the bar up. Don't have to reef it down. You don't have to be Hercules on these. In fact, I don't. There. Right like that. Should be able to still pull the nickel out. See, she jumps right into there. Keep that. Actually, I'm gonna leave that. It's Canadian anyway. Leave that nickel there. The bar is off. The brake's off. Chain still moves nice and freely, but she's secure in there. All right. So now we should be ready to give her a sharp. All right, got you a nice close up here of the teeth. So let's see, which one are we doing? Right there. Okay. All right. So like I said, I'm not gonna do a whole lot on these. I probably could have just hand filed them, but let's just give her a go. Oops, and I go. Gold link. Oh yeah. Definitely grabby. All right, so now we're gonna get back to that gold link, and then we're gonna get the depth gauge tool out again, and we're gonna set the depth gauges on this one. Stand by. All right, hopefully this camera angle is gonna work. So maybe you'll be able to see better what exactly I'm doing. Okay, so you see we got that in there, and we just run the file. You feel the resistance stop, you'll hear it. Okay, move on to the next one. Okay. What I'm doing is trying to flip the file over once in a while, just to try to not wear out one side, plus seems to back off some of the god-awful squeaking noise. I'm just surprised how much, this chain is fairly new, how much, either I'm overdoing it or these really weren't, these were really not good out of the box. Because I didn't sharpen it, I don't think I ground that much off. Maybe I did, I don't know. That EzzDoo bit was pretty wore. So I don't know that it took that much off. But I guess, oh, I guess maybe it's one or the other. I think we're getting either I'm just getting better at faking this, or I'm actually getting the hang of using this gauge. I hope it's the latter. Because I really like how these cut, how a chain cuts when depth gauges are right. I want to grab, not grab like yank out of my hand, but I shouldn't have to force the saw. You should never have to force your saw if it's sharp. If you're having to, every cut, dig the dogs super hard in, that's noisy. You gotta dig the dogs in and really reef down on the saw. You're not sharp enough. Either your rakers aren't set right, or your teeth are just not sharp. And why put that much wear and tear on a saw? Saw didn't do nothing to you, but tried to do a good job for you. Saw didn't do nothing but try to do you a good job. I think I'm gonna check this one. Oh, I know I'm good on that one. Yeah. All right. That's it. She's grabbing. Now, just for comparison's sake, let's see what happens when I put this on there. And I'll run the file across it just for giggles. I don't know. Seems like this is actually not as deep as the other. Now, what happens if, let's see. Yeah, see, there's a lot there if I don't want to use the soft wood. Like I said, this should be good and sharp. Let me pick you up here. So, did knock these down a bit. And one way you can see where you're at, if you, just in case you lose it, you see how shiny everything get, the Oh, the depth gauges. There you go, see? See, they get shiny. As you put a flat spot, you cut them back down to chrome instead of them being still dug into the wood, or dirty from being dug into wood. But that's it, guys. She should be sharp. She's tensioned, ready for oil, gas, and cutting tomorrow. Well, we got our saws all sharpened up here, and I think they're ready to cut. So next time, we're going to be out cutting on some more logs out on Mount St. Red Oak. Mount St. Red Oak's turning into less of a mountain and more of a hill. So that's good. You know, got two working on the third holes housing. Those are working out well. They're standing up nice. The wood's drying on them. I can't complain. So I think that's going to be a winner. I guess we'll see. We'll see when I actually go try to pull some wood from them. See if it's actually drying wood all the way into the center like it's supposed to. You know, you got to try things before you're going to know, right? So that's going to do it for today, guys. If you like what you saw, please hit the like, subscribe. Really love some more subscribers. Again, going to be bringing you more content again. Thanks for understanding and sticking with me after I took a break. But we're back in the saddle and getting it done for you. So till next time, everybody, take care of each other, be safe, and I'm out.